slow R1 rider is going pretty dang fast. Okay, so he's doing his own thing. He can, 139. This is miles per hour. This isn't in Europe, but he's doing his own thing. He's gonna put himself at risk. He's whatever. Here's the thing that we're gonna really focus on. So he got right behind this rider, and look at this. Just on the first turn. So just on that first turn, it's like, dude, we're going, now it's another 20 miles per hour sharp right turn. Let's see what happens here. So this is what you typically see with a brand new rider, and this is what I don't want you guys doing. Now, the easiest thing you could do is just slow it down. Ooh, very close again. Now, this is why I like to be in the front to show the proper line. This is why I also like to be in the back to see what's happening. So now that I'm in the back with a new rider, I'd get in front and talking on my pack talk, my Cardo pack talk, and be like, hey, this is what you should do. Now, this is not what I would do, because now you're going to have that rider want to follow. And that's not good, because the rider can't handle a turn, so now we're going to do this. But it's not, he keeps checking his mirrors. It's not slow on our riders. He's right there. It's not his responsibility. It's the other rider's responsibility. So he just witnessed him crashing. Slow R1 is the more experienced out of everyone, which you should be able to make that turn. That U-turn was pretty easy. Come on, it's 20 feet. You can do that. So here's the thing. You see the dust? You see the dust over there? That is going to be a huge indication that something is disturbing the dirt, which is typically going to be a crash. Okay, so you're starting to do your assessment. Park right here. Get off the road. Very good. Go ahead and get your trauma kit out. Don't run. You're going to get yourself amped up. You're going to start making mistakes.
Sit down.
Just watch.
Sit down. Sit down.
There you
Sit
go.
down. Nope.
What? That right there.
Sit down.
That right there is concussion.
Sit down.
And I'll explain a little bit more.
I let you pass because I seen him do a little jerk.
I saw him do that too, and I was like, I'm not gonna be behind you. And then I was like, all right, I'll just stay. I was gonna tell them, one of those guys, to stay with them. Man.
Yeah, so that's the end of the video for that. But we're going to talk real briefly. So we're going to come up to here. Now, just take a look at the signage. So if you're a brand new rider, okay, if you're let's say you're this person way up front. We're not going to talk about slow one right here. We're going to talk about that person. If you're a brand new rider and you see this sign, and let's say it's a 45-mile-an-hour road, but it says 20 miles an hour, and this is your first time out in the twisties, or you're not very confident in your skills, please, please, please go about 20-25. Just go about 20-25. Look through the turn, counterbalance, or not counterbalance, counter steer. Remember, slow, look, press, and then roll on the throttle when you're on your way out. It's okay taking it slow. It's okay. It's okay. And if there's a bunch of people behind you, go ahead and pull over. Practice your braking. Practice your downshifting. Pull over where it's safe to do so. Let everybody pass. Get back on. Because you don't want to crash, and then you're done for training. Train, 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 train. So right here, what's happening is that he's maintaining the speed limit, right? He's following the car. He actually has the brakes on a little bit, but we're not really counter steering. We almost look like we're accelerating through it. And this is where you typically see people run off the road when they're going too fast for their skill level. It's right at the very end. Right at the very end. Now, this is going to be a new rider. We're only going 40, right? So that's probably what he's going. So he's not going that 25, 20 that I was recommending for a brand new rider. But what's happening here is right at the end of the turn, you go off. As a new rider, this is too fast. As slow on our rider is not too fast. So 40 and speed itself, the number is not the problem. The problem is it too fast for you? So when I say ride your own ride, or when you're riding with a new rider, ride to their ability. Don't make them ride to yours. So he's going to go a little bit wide. Thankfully, he's not going to go off he's not going to crash. He's putting his feet down like a typical new rider. Okay. He's able to get back on. Very good. Okay. That is right there a close call. If this is your buddy and you're on the Cardo Pack Talk Bold, you tell him to slow his ass down. Because the next one he's not going to be able to do well on. Let's go ahead and go over some remedial training here. Okay. But I don't think they know each other. So how are you going to get his attention? It's not your It's not your emergency, okay? So don't worry too much about it. Be a little bit freaked out about it, but don't worry too much. Another sign, we're gonna go a little bit too wide on this one. Go a little bit too wide on this one too. Slow down way ahead of the turn. Look through the turn. Look. Push. Good. Still too much. We're starting going wide, right? Start going wide. Now, I wouldn't want to be behind these people if I was going 140 like slow 1R was. But when I saw this person off to the right, I'd be concerned for their safety. So I would actually pull up next to him and be like, hey, slow it down. And then I'd feel a little bit more better, and then I would pass. But if I could have the opportunity to talk to him, I probably would, because I don't want people crashing. We're gonna get up to here. Now, the reason why I said I wouldn't do that in front of the other riders, because he's gonna try to do the same. Now, we already know they can't anticipate these turns very well. So let's take a look at this turn. So there's no speed reduction warning signs for this one. It's a nice wide arcing turn, but it's very easy to go too fast on because you can pretty much see everything. When you can see pretty far, you pretty much go fast if you can. It's a natural response. Now, slow R1 rider was paying attention to his mirrors, 360 situation awareness, was a little bit concerned that this person wasn't going to make it, and that person did not make it. Now, real quick, you don't want to go off-road yourself, so can you make this turn? It's about 20 feet. I think you guys can. Go practice your parking lot skills on Motorcycle Training Concepts. You know I love having my phone on the handlebars so I can see what turns are coming up utilizing my GPS. The best way I think you could do that is using the ROKFORM mount. I use it for my mountain bike, the little FTRs, and then also the big boy FTR that I ride. And guys, links in the description for a discount. Check it out. You're gonna like it, and I'll be seeing you around. So we're gonna turn around a little bit too far off. You don't want to dump your bike either, so practice your U-turns. Now, take a quick look. If you're riding with your buddies and you see a bunch of dirt kick up in front of you or behind you, more than likely they crashed. So that right there is a nice little clue that something bad has happened. So we're going to get up to here. Good job on the head check. Slow it down a little bit. You don't know what this red truck's going to do, okay? There you go. So right here, the moment you see this, you can kind of tell so far what could be bad. Okay, so you see that there's a fence and barbed wire, very sharp, not very good. The metal poles you can see on the right side are on the same as the left side. Those right there, very strong. Don't want to bend. So you got to be careful with internal injuries. It's like a blunt object, okay? You're traveling 40 miles an hour into a stationary object. Think of it as that stationary object, that's a bat hitting you at 40 miles an hour. That's what it is. Not very good. You also see his helmet on the ground. His helmet on the ground, not a good situation. That means it either fell off or it was never attached or it ripped off. So at high speeds, not good. So we're going to see that. He's going to start trying to do this, and I'm going to tell you guys why I thought it was concussion in the video, and I said something. So he parked himself over here. Now, part of rescuing another rider is remaining calm. R. E, ensure your own safety. Okay. S, stop any of the bleeding that could possibly be happening. And Q is to get the severity of it. Okay, so you need to figure out the severity. Okay. Whew. So he's standing up right now. Now you're gonna see him a little bit wobbly. He was a little bit wobbly. Okay, so that right there, okay, maybe a little bit of a brain thing, could be blood pressure, could be, alcohol, right? But his helmet's on the ground, so more than likely with mechanism injury, probably a traumatic brain injury, could be concussion. Okay, concussions are traumatic brain injuries. Slow R1 rider is going to tell him to sit down.
Sit down. Sit down.
Now, you see how he's bouncing around? Okay, here's the thing. You're telling him to sit down, but they don't understand sit down. Not right now. Look at him bounce around, bounce around. Now, when your brain is rebooting like this, if you've seen anybody knocked out before, if you watch the UFC, you see them try to still fight, right? They're still trying to fight, or they're like, what's going on? I'm still fighting. It's because their brain is literally in that fight or flight. It's trying to do what it last did, okay? It just got a reboot, but it's still trying to do what it last did. Now, he's still trying to ride, okay? He's still trying to ride. He's still trying, his brain is still thinking he's on the bike, still thinking we're about to get going, whatever it is. So he's reaching for the handlebars. And that's a very dangerous thing for somebody that just had a head injury to get back on the bike and go, because you can still do that. So watch him do this. So he's going to reach for things, but he's going to start falling over. He's going to start falling over, and he's not really paying attention. Okay? Yeah, exactly, Romero. He only saw his bike. Now watch this in full speed.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Nope, 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 no, sit down. Sit down.
So he's reaching for things. He's like, he's trying to get back into it.
Sit down. Sit down.
Now he's starting to reboot a little bit. When you sit down and you start to relax a little bit, your blood pressure starts to stabilize a little bit more because you're not using your muscles and your legs, which are the biggest muscles in your body. So your blood pressure is going to stabilize a little bit more, so it's going to get a little bit more oxygen, a little bit more nutrients to the brain through that blood flow. So now he's going to start to come to, and that's good. But you want him to stay low because if they're standing up and then fall over, you can start having other issues. So sitting down like this is very good. So he's going to be a little bit embarrassed. You know, he's going to start coming to him like, what the hell happened? I'm embarrassed. I'm confused. This sucks. Right now, what I'd be checking is if there's any injuries. And you can easily ask these questions. You can start checking his arms, checking his legs, checking his back, checking his neck, checking his head, checking his chest, checking his abdomen, checking his lower back. You can even check his hands and feet if you want to. But I'd be concerned about any type of external bleeding. That's why you have a tourniquet. That's why you have something to pack the wound. So we have all that stuff in our trauma kits here at motorcycletrainingconcepts.com. We're all sold out right now, but you want to keep checking. I'll make an announcement when we get more in. But you want to double check these things because it's very, very dangerous for anybody. You know, we're out in the middle of nowhere. You could be bleeding out before people show up to help. So you could possibly save a life. Just kind of hang out for a little bit, okay? There's not much else you could do. For concussion, you can't do anything. Internal bleeding, you can't do anything. But if there's something you could do, you could possibly save his life.
One of those guys to stay with him. Man.
So that's the end of the video for that. Very scary. Very scary. This is very real reality. When you have, I'll just let this play in the background. I'll let this play in the background without any volume. But that's easily a new rider. That could be you. You know, you could be the nicest person. You're nothing you ever do warrants any bad actions towards you. But you are into this. You're wanting to ride. You're a brand new rider. You're trying your best. You're doing what you need to do. And it's just a little too much out of your skill level. It's like playing a game for the first time that you've ever played, and you're going to put it on extreme difficulty. Well, let's do the tutorial a little bit. Maybe let's play it on easy. Let's play it on normal for the first playthrough, and then we'll come back in the new game plus and play it on hard or extreme, right? So let's go ahead and take our time. Let's go ahead and focus on the fundamentals of everything, and then move on to the next step. There's no rush. It's a lifelong thing. And the last thing you want to do is have your passion, your hobby, be a detriment to the rest of your life, or a detriment to the rest of the things that are really important, like your job. Road rash all over your hands, but you work with your hands. You're not going to be able to use your hands. If you get a concussion and you lose some type of cognitive ability, and that's what you need for work, you might be out of work. You might be out of your passion. Spinal injuries, broken bones, rehab for months and months and months. You got to be paying attention. Hoo-ha is one, right? You got to be paying attention. So take it easy, ride within your ability, and enjoy it. Get from point A to point B as safe as possible, as smart as possible, okay? Be a smart rider, everybody. Please. Guys, if you like this kind of stuff, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday on this channel at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time live, so make sure you check that out. But if you want to check out some other things like this video right here or this video right here, please do so. It supports the channel. Click that like button, by the way. Check into class. Anyways, I'll be seeing you around.